Detailed case summary United States v. Lopez, 514 U.S. 549, 1995 was a landmark case in which the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the Gun-Free School Zones Act of 1990 was unconstitutional because it exceeded Congress's power under the Commerce Clause. The case involved Alfonso Lopez Jr., a 12th grade student who carried a concealed handgun into his high school. He was initially charged under Texas law, but the charges were dismissed after federal agents charged him under the Gun-Free School Zones Act, a federal statute. Background facts: claimant plaintiff, United States government defendant, Alfonso Lopez Jr. Background facts: on March 10, 1992, Alfonso Lopez Jr. brought a .38 caliber handgun and 5 bullets into Edison High School in San Antonio, Texas. Lopez was arrested by school authorities and charged with violating the Gun-Free School Zones Act of 1990, which made it a federal offense to possess a firearm in a school zone. The federal law was enacted under Congress's power to regulate interstate commerce. Argument in the court case: plaintiff's argument. The United States government argued that the Gun-Free School Zones Act was a valid exercise of Congress's power under the Commerce Clause. The government contended that possession of a firearm in a school zone could result in violent crime, which could affect the national economy by increasing insurance costs and limiting the willingness of individuals to travel to certain areas. Defendant's argument. Lopez's defense argued that the act was an unconstitutional overreach of federal power and that carrying a gun in a local school zone did not substantially affect interstate commerce. Therefore, regulating such activity was beyond Congress's scope under the Commerce Clause. Final outcome and legal justification. Final outcome. The Supreme Court, in a 5-4 decision, ruled in favor of Lopez. The court held that the Gun-Free School Zones Act of 1990 was unconstitutional as it exceeded Congress's power under the Commerce Clause. Legal justification. The majority opinion, written by Chief Justice William Rehnquist, stated that the act neither regulated a commercial activity nor contained a requirement that the possession be connected in any way to interstate commerce. The court identified 3 broad categories of activity that Congress may regulate under the Commerce Clause: channels of interstate commerce, instrumentalities of interstate commerce, or persons or things in interstate commerce, activities that substantially affect or substantially relate to interstate commerce. Key concept, implication. The ruling in United States v. Lopez marked a significant shift in Commerce Clause jurisprudence by limiting the scope of federal power. It underscored the principle that not all activities could be regulated by Congress under the guise of affecting interstate commerce. Key takeaways: limitation of Commerce Clause. The Lopez decision sets a precedent for limiting the federal government's regulatory power under the Commerce Clause. Federal versus state power. It reinforces the distinction between state and federal jurisdiction, particularly in areas traditionally regulated by states. Judicial scrutiny. It highlights the court's role in scrutinizing the extent of congressional power and ensuring that it does not overstep constitutional boundaries.